Great. Well, look, that's wonderful. So, are you going to start off with a bit of a welcome and the review of last month?
Yeah, I mean, just what we said, really, the review in terms of, we had a very good month. Um, I mean, our figures don't change very much because we've got such great retention. And I see what's happening more and more is people are buying into the Children's Health Study big time.
Oh,
So
that's really
a lot of
exciting.
customers coming in are all Children's
Ah,
Health Study ones.
you've noticed that. Where's that mainly coming from? Any particular part of the country or?
No, the website isn't that sophisticated yet, James. But I think just everybody that's actually putting on PCPs. I mean, people
That's
like Liz.
really exciting.
Liz will do a CHS first and then a premium afterwards type of thing. She'll kind of pitch people on a CHS
Yeah.
as a first off, as opposed to hitting them with a premium.
Yeah.
So
I think we all need to get Liz on a call to advise us on what to do.
yeah, maybe. I mean, she treats a lot of children as well, so that makes it a little bit easier. And imagine they would test out well. Oh, do you like these? Let's just see if we test out well.
But don't you think also that it illustrates? I mean, Liz is obviously doing so well. I mean, you don't have to be a healthcare professional, of course, but it does help to have a healthcare professional in your business.
Yeah, yeah,
Adds a lot of volume, doesn't it?
yeah. And I know when Katie's sponsor Paula came into the business, I mean, she was brilliant to start with because she just kind of pitched every patient that was coming in on the dental health study, and that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then our boss got a bit funny about the whole thing, but
So that's really interesting. Also, Gordon, you were saying that we're growing by 3% a month, which is very impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, after 26 years,
It's extraordinary. I mean, if you look at it over a year, I mean that's like a massive amount over a year.
Yeah, yeah.
And as you said, what's extraordinary is the people are staying and not leaving, so we don't have this enormous attrition.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And it's just building up, and building up. So it's good.
Good. All right. Well, that's very exciting. So, Michelle, why don't we now talk a little bit about Birmingham? Because this is obviously very important.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, really exciting. It's 13 days to go. So 28th, 29th. Registration actually opens at 9 a.m. So we've got, as we did last year, the training sessions. So there's a product training with Sue Worrell and Carly Harvey. And then there's the business training, Christine Lever and Faye Harrison. So they both start at 10 a.m. and they'll both run simultaneously. And then at quarter to 11, they'll swap over.
So you need to have a ticket.
But you've got to have a ticket. So you get the opportunity to listen to both. The tickets all sold out. We posted it up. The tickets literally sold out within a short, because there were just 200 tickets. So
if we've got our ticket, we're guaranteed a place. It's
No.
just
you're guaranteed a place at that if you've got a ticket.
But it's not a ticket for the conference. You need another ticket for the actual thing.
So did you get a ticket
Yes.
for that? And maybe, I don't know what you feel about that, but the training session, I don't know, the product, if there's somebody in the team that perhaps needs it more, somebody in your team, I don't know, maybe it's more important for them to hear about the product than it is for you, but anyway, that's just a thought. But that's happening. Kick off. So registration at 9 a.m. That starts at 10. That'll be finished by quarter to 12. Then if people haven't got tickets for that, or they're not going to get there, the actual main registration opens at 11, with the conference actually starting at 1 o'clock. Dave O'Brien is hosting, so he's going to be absolutely fantastic, and he'll get everything going. Not quite sure what the actual opening is. They haven't given that away. I think they're probably keeping that as a complete surprise. And then at 1:30, Paul Jarvis is coming on to do Because We Care, and obviously he's got sort of a 15-minute slot for that. We'll fill in all the sort of corporate stuff. And then at 1:45, Emma Buckley, which I'm really, really pleased to see Emma back. She is such an accomplished speaker, and she's great on stage, and she's doing the science behind the products, which I think, again, is fantastic. I'm really pleased to see that we've got somebody out there, a healthcare professional, doing the science. 2:15, there's SDD and SC recognition, so anybody that's gone SDD or SC since the last conference. 2:45, Lucy Davis is doing a talk on events to grow your business. And obviously she's been really successful with events.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And that would be great for us to hear what she's got to say. At 3:05, there's a 10-minute hip hop abs. Not quite sure how they're going to get us all doing ab workouts, whether we all got to suddenly lie down on the floor and start doing crunches. I've no idea, but that's what it is, hip hop abs. And then we've got a panel of supermoms. So obviously everybody has to be an SSC and really doing it, you know, really doing well in the business. So we've got Kellyanne Flynn, Justin Johnson-Cook, and Stacey Roberts, Sally Evans, and Amanda King.
We're going to put this up on the...
yeah, I'll put it all up anyway.
Yeah.
And then we've got Scott Sears back, who's sort of giving us an update on the Arctic Pole expedition. More recognition, SSC and Q at 4 p.m. And then it finishes off with Susie doing 25 years and counting, and Simon wraps up then at 4:35 with 25 years of Juice Plus. Obviously, we're celebrating your Juice Plus itself and going for 25 years. And finishing at 5 on the Saturday. So we've then got a couple of hours to kind of, you know, get yourselves something to eat and get yourselves glammed up for the party. And then, as you probably know, we're going to do, because there's no time to do a dinner, a team dinner this time. But at 7:45, we've got a room actually in the Hyatt Hotel where we'll do a Prosecco reception just for the team. So we'll turn up, have a glass of bubbly, and then from there go straight to back to the conference centre, where at 9 p.m. the party starts. But it starts with another awards ceremony with like they've done a sort of special awards, and I think there are 4 or 5 nominations for each category, and there are about 4 or 5 categories. So so they're
well done. Well, that's absolutely great. So that's 7:45 for the reception.
Yeah.
And that's in the Soprano room and the Hyatt, and nice room.
Where are you staying, Casey?
I'm staying in Hyatt.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are staying in the Hyatt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have an extra room if anyone needs it as well.
So is there
a spare room in the Hyatt?
Yeah.
Oh, what night?
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, you got. Oh, just lost.
Oh, what? Am I there?
Yeah, you're back.
Now, Michelle, can I ask you, what is the theme of the party?
So it's silver. So the party is, because it's celebrating 25 years of Juice Plus, they've chosen a silver theme. That doesn't mean that you need to wear
a silver suit
dress or a silver suit, James. You know.
Well, you know, I don't need any encouragement. So
I bet you've already had it bespoke.
As soon as we finish, I should be straight online.
Yes.
For silver suit.
You could just wear your silver pajamas, probably.
But
that's right. What the steel ones, the metal ones.
Yeah. But you know, I think for the girls, you know,
I will definitely wear a silver suit. I will definitely.
Okay. But if you don't happen to have a silver suit hanging up in the wardrobe or a silver dress,
or spray your hair silver.
Yeah, it's anything goes.
Okay.
So don't stress over it. I know even on the NMD page, a lot of the girls were stressing that, you know, this is but hey, stick a pair of silver earrings on it.
You know, it's so funny. If it got too you know, dramatic about the event, you know, with the what people are wearing, some people might not come.
Exactly. I think for some people,
seriously, I think that's why they were dialing it down.
Oh my God, I haven't got anything silver. I can't afford to go.
I haven't got anything to wear. That's it. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Michelle. We're going to go on to Sunday now.
Yeah. So Sunday. The great thing about Sunday, it doesn't start till 10:30. So after the party, we do get a little bit of a lie-in and time for breakfast. It's being hosted by Lynn McDonald, and I know she hosted the Rhino. What was their day that they had? Liverpool on Fire, and she was apparently brilliant at that. There's a masterclass. Now this is the one that I think we will all be waiting for. Certainly 10:40. It's how I became the most successful female in Europe with Julia Kravchuk. And I think this, you know, Julia, I think is somebody I really, really admire, everything that she's achieved. And I'm really looking forward to what she's got to say. And then at 11:20, there's the CHS panel with Lisa Hamilton, Claire Page and Alex Smallman. Then there's another hip hop abs.
I'm really pleased that Alex Smallman's up there. That's great.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. So she's obviously doing a lot of CHS. And then at 12 o'clock, How to Grow Your Business is another panel hosted by Liz Hockley. And then there's Constance, Ego, and Lina, who I think are all Nigerian. So, I mean,
they're great, that crowd.
Their business is the fastest growing business at the moment.
Oh, they are fantastic.
So I think it would be great to hear what they say. There's also a Nicola Andrews, I'm not sure whose team she is. And then there's lunch, 12:35 till 2 o'clock. So, I think going out for lunch like we've done in the past, as a gang kind of works quite well if we can do that. And we've just got over the hour, almost an hour and a half. So that gives us a little bit of time to get that organised.
Yeah.
Back at 2 o'clock and Dan Holtzman. So obviously, they've got Dan on and his title is It's Now or Never. So I think, that's going to be quite exciting and certainly somebody to get back on lunch on time to hear. More recognition at 2:30, and that's the NMD, IMD, EMD and PMD recognition, which is always, I always find that really inspirational as well as motivational and emotional. And then 3 o'clock, Emma Snedden, Action is the Key. And I think that's great because Emma always delivers. And I think that's a great title as well. Action is the key, because as we all know, we can hear everything, we can be fired up, we can be inspired, we can be motivated. But if we don't do the action when we get back, we're in the same place for the next conference. So
I feel like I'm actually there now with
you. I
can imagine how exciting it's going to be. I mean,
it is, isn't it? And then Susie wraps up at 3:30 with the Road to Barcelona. And I can already feel the excitement for Barcelona. The team have really got behind this one. Mega, mega exciting.
Yeah.
So
Good. Well, that's absolutely amazing. So, should we now talk a little bit about the events? And what we're going to talk about now is, first of all, the events that we've already got going at the moment, right? So we've got the Monday morning call, which has been very, very productive and is extremely good. But I think we feel like we would really like people to promote it more, because the Monday morning call is absolutely incredible when we get lots of people on it. The ideas that are banded around, the sense of togetherness, and also the sense of purpose and focus that everyone gets is bar none. And it's perfect for people that are just starting and wanting to understand what to do, but also for people that are already, obviously in the business for a while. I mean, I find it incredibly motivating myself. So, we would just say that Monday morning call is absolutely superb. It's not going away. And it's every Monday at 10 o'clock.
So I think the thing is with that, James, is making sure that all our team leaders, all the SSCs know that they get all their teams on it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's for. It's making sure everybody else knows about it. I mean, do you think it's the time that's a difficult thing? Is that an issue?
Well, yes. I mean, we could have it another time. I mean, but the thing is, there's so many evening-y type things, and people get so busy with their families and kids and everything. And 10 o'clock, I don't know, it just seems to be a time that we can do.
Okay.
And I don't know, if people come on it, then they get something really exciting. And it makes such a difference for the month if people are on it. So that's good.
Yeah, definitely.
So now let's just talk about the Zoom call that we're doing. And we've got our team Zoom call coming up on Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So, this has been running very well. It's been running, by, people. This is something that people really, really have wanted. But we're very keen to turn it into exactly what people want it to be. And we just want to get your feedback now, Katie, and as we discuss this, that we're thinking that we're probably going to dial down a little bit more on the information part and dial up more on the stories and the testimonials. So what would you feel about that? And Katie, can you give us a little bit of feedback about what you feel about the Zoom? And please be very candid about it.
I haven't actually got on the Zoom, I don't think.
Right.
I don't think you have been on, have you?
No, has there only been a couple? There's only been a couple,
Yeah.
hasn't there?
Yeah, only a couple. Yeah.
So I haven't managed to get on yet, but I absolutely love the idea of stories.
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant idea because people don't. It's hard to remember what it's like before we joined.
Yeah.
I don't think it's helpful to listen to just a load of information on anything. Doesn't matter if it's this business or product or anything. It's boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
If there's too much information.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Stories is a brilliant idea.
So
Yeah.
with that in mind, can you do your story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be around on Thursday night.
Is that okay for you on this Thursday?
I think
Yeah.
so. Let me check my diary, but I'll double check and get back to you as soon as
Just
I
let
get
me
off.
know, yeah. Because I think rather than do like we used to say, I'll just do a 1 minute testimonial. I think, you know, admit that I think we've got that wrong. I think you're dead right. People do want to hear the stories. And I think we just get the presentation to be really, really short, maybe just 5 minutes of the presenter just kind of giving the basics of the business. And then, you know, getting 4 people or so to give a really good story, you know, a 5-minute story or something, but that we still keep it within that half an hour slot. So it's not taking up, you know, that you can say to your prospects, it's just half an hour. It won't be more than that.
Yeah.
And keep it sharp and, you know, and really be able to go into a little bit more detail. And maybe, you know, if it helps, I could then perhaps prompt with certain questions. You know, you can say, oh, ask me whatever, or you know, we could sort of do it a little bit more like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I've just been reading this book called The Storyteller's Secret.
All right.
Oh my goodness, it's absolutely amazing. And it's basically all about stories, but it's all about stories that really, really move people. And it's all about really, you know, finding something when we talk to people that really, really touches them, and we go down deep into our emotion. And I heard a songwriter actually being interviewed or a little bit ago, and he said, if I have to go down deep a number of different levels until I really hit the emotion, and then I know I've got a hit.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? And it's the same with us, with our stories.
It's quite scary
To be vulnerable.
put your emotions out there, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think showing that vulnerability, it's a hard thing to do, but I think it's what helps people to connect.
Yeah.
If you've got prospects there, if they hear and there's something that they relate to and connect with, I think it's so powerful. Who else in your team do you think we should perhaps get on to do another sort of story?
I think Harriet might be a great one.
Yeah.
Because obviously she is pregnant at the moment, and she's comparing this pregnancy to her last pregnancy, taking Juice Plus.
Yeah.
I've really liked a lot of her posts that she's been doing. She's been doing, I was talking to her on Sunday, more quality but less of them.
Right.
And I don't know if you've seen them, they're really quite good, and she's almost talking to her audience. She's doing it really well. She's doing it differently.
Okay, I'll go and have a look. Yeah.
So she's a really good one.
Okay, I'll message her and ask her.
Yeah.
And maybe Georgie's just done a great before and after picture. Did you see that today?
No.
That's really good. Have a little look at that.
Yeah.
By the way, whilst I've been on the kind of Zoom call here, I've just sold the ticket to Evie.
Eve or Eve?
Eve.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. So
great.
yeah, so she's kind of, you know, just confirmed that she sent it through, so she's all excited again.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
She said she thought she bought a ticket, but there we go. So anyway, she's got it now.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Good.
So just moving on about events. So we talked about the online events, you know, and obviously the calls, the Monday calls, and then the Zoom. But we should also talk a little bit about the offline events and actually running events. And I really believe that after all these years, you know, we must be having a strategy to be running our own events, not just online.
You've done a great one, haven't you, Katie? And run one on a Sunday. You won one yesterday.
Yeah, tell us about that, Katie.
Well, the people that are going, there's such a great group of girls, and they are almost running with, they're almost organising things without us anymore. So they've organised, they wanted to go on a walk next time instead of going to a coffee shop, but then going to a coffee shop afterwards. So I was saying to Michelle that I really need to listen to Sue Worrell's call that she did about walk.
Katie,
Yeah,
I've got, she sent it, I've bought it. I'll send it to you. You have a look at the programme, see what you think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll just send you through the complete programme.
There's 2 girls that are not in the team. Leonie, obviously you've met.
Yeah.
She wants to put on a wellness event because she got so inspired about our Marbella one, which I think, you know, she's so, and I said, look, at the moment I just can't commit to organising something like that. She goes, I'll help, and she was all excited about it.
Yeah. And I'm sure Eva would do the yoga for you, because she's quite up for doing that.
Because obviously Angie's quite involved in our group as well. She's so lovely. Oh, I can't wait for you to meet her.
Well, I did a Zoom with her today, so that was my first sort of meeting with her.
So James, this is the lady that Aviva has got from Shaper, that happens to be in Katie's kind of vicinity, and she went along to the CC club on a Sunday and has just signed up with Aviva.
And then off her own back went for a second, went to the second meeting. So that's just brilliant. So she loved it. She was she told me about the walk. She was really excited about it.
That's great. I mean, the thing about the events is that, you know, they pull people together, they build relationships, they build belief, which is the critical element in getting anyone's business going. You can have as much understanding as you like, but until you've got the belief, it's never going to go anywhere. Yeah. And the events just build people together and get people to a point where they go, I love this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And that's what we want more of. So I actually think, you know, we were talking a little bit earlier before we started the call, and we really feel that this is a very critical element that people are missing out on, is running their own events. And people have to just find, as you have, Katie, they've got to find their own, you know, their own key, their own program that really seems to work well, and then just run it.
Yeah, definitely. And
you know, I mean, Liz ran that fantastic event before Christmas. I mean, it's so good. But, you know, it was a one-off in a sense, and if she can keep going back into that again, you know, that's going to be a big success for her.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, everyone's welcome to use my coffee shop as well when it's all up and running.
Brilliant.
Well,
I think that's what I think Aviva said, oh, well, hopefully it'll be at Katie's shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that going to be open 7 days a week, Katie?
Well, no, I'm having Mondays off. We're opening on Sunday mornings because I think it's silly not to. But obviously that'll be, you know, if I need to come to events and stuff like that, there'll be, you know, leeway to do all that kind of thing.
Well,
but yeah.
So as we finish up now, what are the key points for us to take away, do we think, from this call? Just a moment. If we're summarising, what are the key points really?
Getting excited for Birmingham.
Getting excited for Birmingham, yeah.
Getting to Birmingham.
Yeah, passing that, you know, on to everybody else. You know, just sort of perhaps filling in the team on, you know, the agenda. I'm going to put the agenda on Aquila anyway.
Well done. Yeah.
So
and I think the big thing that I picked up from our call is about the CHS.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely thrilled how everyone is really beginning to run with the CHS. And, you know, that's such an incredibly important theme for the year, isn't it, for us?
Yeah, absolutely. And James, your Monday morning meetings at 10 o'clock, I think it's...
Monday morning call, yes, so we'll be back again next Monday.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Say again?
And I think we need to kind of make sure...
Sorry, we lost everyone.
And then for each of the team leaders...
Early enough, yeah.
Kind of passing it down. Don't forget 10 o'clock call. It's such an opportunity to, you know, kind of hold yourself accountable, but also learn what other people are doing, what's working for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You know.
Yeah, the few times I got it was really good.
It's very, very good. Yeah, yeah.
No, brilliant. Katie, well done for jumping on tonight. Really appreciate it.
Okay. It's lovely to see everyone.
I don't know what's happened to the others.
And will you post this on the SSC on YouTube?
Shall I? Yeah.
Yeah, if you could. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Shall I just pretend there's a few more people in there and I'll cut and paste some people?
Yeah.
People are away on holiday, aren't they? They're still doing...
Who knows what, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Really
lovely to see you. We'll see you shortly.
And
All.
look forward to less than 2 weeks now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.